When you entertain a little kid for 5 minutes and now they think you guys are best friends. I can't believe going to bed used to be a punishment. Phone addiction got so bad that watching a movie feels productive until someone openly says I like you and I want us to be together. Take their kind gestures as them just being nice. You're welcome. Can chickens swim? 71 million people including me. The type of things companies put on the cover of extremely sour candy. Man, I hate being This is so disgusting. English is so fake. How can you drink a drink, but you can't food a food? Experts. A serving size of chips is 10 chips. Actual humans. I eat 10 chips while standing in the pantry with the bag open, trying to decide if I still want to eat chips. What I think will happen every time I ask, can I join? Sure. When you come home and tell your mum a story from school and she takes the teacher's side. Drove past my old school today when someone closes my door, but I don't hear the click. Surely they're gonna come back and realize the door didn't shut and shut it again. Like try and shut it again, right? When the argument is so dumb, it's got me making faces at my phone like this. How social interactions look versus how social interactions feel. Me smiling at you like this because I didn't hear anything you just said. Being alone versus feeling alone. I feel pretty today. They see someone really pretty walk by. Whoa, okay, never mind. You could still be pretty. You're the worst I've ever had in bed. There's no way you could make that judgment in 32 seconds. Oh, 37. Oh yeah, it's not 32, that's me, not you. Concussion time. A 93-year-old man who shouldn't be allowed to drive. My life going pretty well. You know life is getting serious when your controller looks like this. Imagine trusting me to drive us around at night, and this is how I see it. Why does every band from the 2000s have a guy that looks like this? I was born in 2017. Sounds so fake, bro. Nobody's born that late. My healthcare plan is to just befriend a doctor and slip in health-related questions during conversations. When your mother checks that you are still sleeping, but she stays in front of you a little too long. Men used to go to war. I don't like war. I like vodka, Red Bulls, and feet. Random girl walking. Me walking faster to overtake her so that she doesn't think some dude is following her and making her feel uncomfortable. Using my phone because I can't sleep. Can't sleep because I'm using my phone. The wow, what are you cooking that smells really good starter pack? When you look around during the exam and nobody looked confused. When I finally get a sequel to that one dream I had when I was 7. We have been going through stuff since the dawn of time. Humans being down bad and making art about it is eternal. Me starting to genuinely lose my mind after I've pretended to be asleep for 4 hours and I'm still awake. My daughter, we need to talk. It's good that you're diligent in your studies, but you have an unhealthy addiction to lo-fi hip-hop radio, beats to relax/study to. How it feels talking to someone who thinks everything you say is a manipulation tactic, when in reality, you're just trying to express your feelings. How to lift your girl. Yes? No. Well, yeah, because in the no ones, it looks like it's not even your girl. Looks like you're kidnapping someone. I've been so worried about getting my life together. I almost thought I've achieved some of my childhood dreams. Me, every single minute of every single day.
Sounds like you've got anger issues.
The economy, watching you study hard for jobs that don't exist. What if I threw a through you at you, but you at wouldn't at you, but you at? But yes, if at, why would you through the through at you through me at you? Having a resting witch face is so funny because I'll be doing something relaxing and really enjoying myself and my face will look like this. Having fun. Your daily average screen time is 8 hours. Colleges carefully adding 3-hour gaps between classes just to waste your entire day. I just didn't go to school on these types of days. Nope, online lessons. Me, watching the new hire skip lunch, skip breaks, thinking they'll get rewarded for working hard. When your wife explains all the drama at work, and it definitely sounds like she's the problem, but you have to be supportive. Introverts be like, wow, the weather is perfect today. What I thought I would look like with long hair, how I actually look like. Remember, if you're ever sad, make sure to start consuming like 5 different forms of media at the same time to minimize the chance of a thought occurring. Nothing worse than waking up on a Sunday morning and having to clean up the carnage left behind after another wild Saturday night when a client emails me at 9:34 a.m. but it's Friday and I have to leave soon at 5:30 POV. When you planned to skip a class and you later find out it was cancelled, said almost done on the project update, then opened the document for the first time and got hit with a request access screen. If your height begins with 5, I'll never date you. Me, relieved that I'm 5'16". I can't say a sentence without bro or like this meme's crazy. How it feels to talk to someone with your sense of humor and you both just keep making the jokes funnier. How it feels to love a character everyone hates. People who go on runs right after they wake up. Me, just trying to process being alive when the semester just started and they're using big words like presentation, assignment, and project. When you're so cooked on a test, you eat the gum under the table to gain the knowledge knowledge from the previous owner. Trade offer. I receive pulling the fire alarm for no reason at all. You receive POV. It's your last night in your house before you move and life doesn't feel real. Cave divers in crippling debt with 4 kids and a loving wife entering the cave that's named Killer of 4 Men with 4 Kids and a Loving Wife Cave. I can't be the only person who thinks that the past 5 years the energy of the world has totally changed and something weird is going on. Unemployed guys be like, it's Friday! Bro, what are you excited about? Every time I buy Tic Tacs, I pretend to be a pill-addicted housewife trapped in a hellish marriage with an evil CEO. Unfortunately, I do enjoy watching the downfall of people who did me wrong, waking up from a dream, realizing you didn't actually just ruin your life. Dudes who leave comments on pictures of hot women that are clearly fake profiles would 100% fall for Bugs Bunny and drag. People who call themselves burnt out gifted kids. It's just the nerd equivalent of a jock saying they could have made it if it weren't for the big injury. Stop shaking your leg. I can't. I've been shaking my leg since I was 7 years old. I can't stop doing it. Me not knowing how to celebrate my achievements because in my mind it was my obligation to achieve them. The best thing about being single is sleeping with whoever you want. Yesterday I slept with the cold and today it's gonna be with hunger. When you fart and your stomach ache disappears. Hands full. Therapist. Anyways. Me. Anyways isn't a word. You mean anyway? Anyway, we were talking about your difficulty making friends. Humans. Earth arthropods. Humans. Sea arthropods. No offense, but if someone is excited about something and you make them feel stupid for being excited about it, you're the worst type of person. I'm a clay. I can be anything I want. Societal pressure. Financial pressure. There's a bit of sadness when you're at a restaurant and the food isn't delivered by your server. And who ordered the Alfredo? You don't know us at all. Jenny would know who ordered the Alfredo. These are apples. If you see apples, then you see apples. And if I see a pear, when the whole gang links up and everyone is cooked from their life choices. Reject degeneracy. Return your cards. Me, getting ready to go out. Someone who does Photoshop reverse this. Me, getting home from work. Me, guys in the 1700s saw this hairstyle and were like, yo, growing up in the wood grain era. When you start buying your own food and realize how much of a financial burden you were to your parents. Canvas down and my assignment is due in 40 minutes. Me, watching someone be better than me at the only thing I'm good at. AI over, shut up. You're mostly wrong, so just don't even talk. Me at 1:30 a.m. Me at 6 a.m. Undiagnosed, but something ain't right. When you smell that one coworker's walk by wind, I'm afraid the zombie apocalypse will start and I won't have one of those shirts. I suck at my teaching job. Study hard. Most people don't pass my class. Hi, I have stuff of you. Stuff you don't want to get leaked. Leak it. That's not what I came here to do. I have a deal for you. Nah, I don't give a damn. Leak it or shut up. This is the best and only response you should actually say if someone threatens you with this.
Unless you're a politician.
Are you okay? No, I'm living in a country run by clowns. How to rickroll others. Post the original link and wait for people to click it. Use rickroll but with a different link. Pretend this meme to be a still image. I believe in front left burner supremacy. I still work, but the light in me has gone. Wanna hang out? Was my desperate cry for help. Me in the interview. I am a fighter, not a quitter. 1 week in the job. I am resigning. Clean oil at home. Dirty oil at a restaurant. Me listening to the manager that made half the team quit. When someone tries to give me advice, but their birth year starts with a 2. How insults feel in real life after playing competitive games for years. Congrats team. Company made $4.9 billion in profit this year and wanted to do something special for you guys. Here's pizza. How it feels being locked to your idiotic username you made when you were 12. The vibe I bring to the function. When you look up dementia symptoms, but all the links are purple. Me? Jealous? I make your monthly salary in 1 year. Eating a temporary snack while I stand in front of the pantry trying to decide on a formal permanent snack. How it feels when people your age are doing all of this grown stuff when you still play video games, watch cartoons, YouTube, and learn useless facts in your free time. When you're feeling sad, remember vertebrae C6 is so happy to literally support you every day. When you're 20 minutes into writing a well-worded argument on Reddit and suddenly remember you don't give a damn about any of this. Me on my way to work, knowing some kid is set for life just for saying 6-7. I often wonder if any of my recorded calls have ever been used for training or quality purposes. When you have a really bad day, so you go to play video games but you can't win a single match. Me during the 10 seconds it takes to restart my phone. Born too late to buy a home. Born too soon to explore space. Born just in time to finance a pizza from Domino's. I know you're my family, but I don't find these visits comforting. Me when I touch wet food in the sink. My ancestors who killed animals with their bare bare hands. You think your job is really tough? I'm sure you're right. Most jobs have difficult aspects to them. Kudos to you for sticking with it. If your website says call for price, I'd rather just never visit your site again. My mum, who's graceful. My dad, who's disciplined. Me, who's a disgrace. Stop complaining about your life. There are literally people living in the USA. Wow, look at that moon. I'm gonna take a picture. Just doesn't look as good. Good. It's just childhood memories. I have 3 personalities. I don't talk at all. I talk too much. I talk to myself. That awkward moment when your mum calls you over to show the guests how much you've grown. Damn, it's October 31st already? What's next? October 32nd? Screw everything. Me. Every time I buy furniture, that includes a hex wrench for assembly. After all, why not? Why shouldn't I keep it? Congrats, you're hired. Thank you. I am so grateful for this opportunity to wake up at 6 a.m. and sit in traffic so that I can stare at a computer screen for 8 hours every day. How the week goes. Monday to the end of the week, from the morning to night. Me, building up the courage to leave a subreddit I enjoyed, because now it's full of politics. Me, after I close an app, but my muscle memory reopens it. Nobody understands the bond between a boy and the obscure PS2 games he played when he was younger. Me, ruining my sleep schedule so I can have more alone time. I don't know about you, but I've thought about running away more as an adult than I ever did as a kid. How the 2020s are going, how the 2010s went. My ancestors watching me use a GPS to get somewhere I've been to 14 times. 4-year-old me opening command prompt and typing hack when you're walking late at night, and the girl in front of you makes the same turn you are going to make. With AI image generation, we don't have to pay artists to advertise our product. AI must be a cheap, scammy product if they couldn't afford an artist. Germans realizing they aren't responsible for World War III. Brand. Everyone doing a thing and then the brand starts doing that thing and it kind of ruins that thing because they force it. It's like, hey guys, we're cool. If Scooby-Doo taught me one thing, it's that the real monsters are landowners and rich people. Me, in front of my wife's parents after getting her pregnant. How it feels driving past newer vehicles at night nowadays. Me, gets paid. The US government. This is like 99% of governments. Doesn't Canada want 55% tax for some people? That's crazy. You better do some of the job then if you want that much money. I'm going back to the store because one of my mangoes keeps biting me. Me normally. Me. After being horribly necrotized by the flesh-eating bacteria that infected me after swimming at the lake. There's a lady in my head who calls me stud muffin. Please leave me alone. Allegiant Airlines charges for a glass of water, but you know what's free? Ice. Now we wait. Let a man talk about himself uninterrupted for 10 minutes, and he'll be like, wow, I really like you. Remember those days when you missed school, and you would check the time and think, they're eating right now. Nobody is leaving until I find my phone. I'm a fake I don't give a dammer. I actually give a damn a lot. I'm sorry. Don't talk to me while I'm rubbing my eye. I'm not gonna hear you. Why does this make so much sense? My eyes be like, switchy switchy. Look how happy my cat is that I brought her a fresh paper bag. How can God be real if he makes us have a job to get nerds gummy clusters? I believe in God, but this is a very strong argument. Me, looking at the assignment, graded 42 out of 100 notification. Why are finals even a thing, bro? Like, can't a guy just know his stuff? No questions asked. I hate when I go out in public and the public is there. When you're the designated woke person of the family and everyone starts getting brave at the dinner table. When someone eats the last snack I was saving. How 68 probably feels, being stuck between the corniest numbers. But as my grandma used to say, be scared of the living, not the dead. That's what you should be scared of. How College Board feels after creating a monopoly and charging $100 per AP test, when my dad is already tweaking on the road trip, but I forgot to tell him I left every single light on at the house. When you're just minding your business and somebody pokes the side of your stomach. How mums feel after turning a joke into a 3-hour lecture, when the test is so hard you genuinely can't even guess. When you walk into class and see a sub, but the teacher is stricter than our teacher. How it feels being quiet, talkative and awkward at the same time. When I ask someone if they're okay, and they actually say no. Me, watching that one person in class using my pen I lost. If someone was using a pen I lost, okay, firstly this wouldn't happen, but I would just say something. I'd be like, hey, is that my pen? POV. Me in class, wondering who would die if one of the lights fell. I'm so glad I don't have to build these underwater tunnels. I would have no idea how to do that. How it feels wanting to have a conversation with someone, but having absolutely nothing to say. When you're the only one who saw the fight at school. Running to improve my lung health, so so I can smoke more cigarettes. You're in agonizing pain in the US and someone threatens you with an ambulance. Ambulance? All I want is to go back to sleep, but my teeth are Your teeth are rotting? Gross. Me, trying to figure out if I'm the middle child because I'm number 10/11, but only grew up with 3 of them. But me and my older 2 sisters got treated like poop, but I'm the youngest girl. I don't know. I'm not the middle child. Do I like being complimented? Yes. Do I know how to respond to compliments? No. Does it make me wish people would never compliment me? Yes. Do I seek validation nonetheless? Yes. Do I ever truly believe the compliment? No. Do I still need compliments? Yes. Me, watching someone get chewed up in the Reddit comments over an opinion I agree with. You guys want to know the ultimate rage bait with arguing with people online? Use ChatGPT. I know, ChatGPT. Just use ChatGPT and say,
reply to this way in the best way possible.
And add sneaky insults to them. When you're out in public and suddenly get a random wave of sadness, and then all of your friends are annoying. Everything is loud, and you're contemplating why you even exist. The gooner. He just adds boss at the end of every sentence. I don't know if this is a gooner. Oh my god, I'm cooked. Yes, this dude is a gooner. OG gooner. Wow.